Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday, and welcome to our weekly style snack. If you're new here, we're thrilled to have you. My name is April, and every week I go live on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time to share a style snack with you. And today we are starting a new series. So if you're new here, I would love for you to say hello to me in the comments and let me know where you're from so we can get to know one another. Um, this this series, oh gosh, welcome to January, everyone. We have officially left the most wonderful time of the year and entered the longest time of the year. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Now that the holidays are over, we are all out of parties for hosting and marshmallows for roasting, and our loved ones have all gone home or they're in quarantine. There's just not a lot to look forward to. Oh, hold on, I gotta mute that. There's just not a lot to look forward to that makes the cold, dreary days feel festive instead of frightful. The delights of winter don't feel that delightful at this point, and many of us are done. And thus begins the mantra. Is it spring yet? Sadly, no, but it will be. And this series is all about giving you some tips for what to wear between winter and spring if you're as done as I am with the cold, dreary days. And if you are, I'd love to hear about it because I love having 4 seasons a year. I really do. But my tolerance for the cold season is it's not good. I want a little bit of it, mostly because I just want to wear the booties and the boots and the sweaters and get the cozy. But I get over it very quickly, and I'm ready to move along. So, if you're like I am, what do you do when you want the weather to be fair and fine, but it's just not going to happen anytime soon? Well, you can make some shifts in your wardrobe and fake it till you make it. Don't worry, I'm not talking about getting frostbite wearing sandals in the snow. I have some very usable tips to help you along as we entice warmer weather to come quickly. So, even if you can't get the clothes you're wearing, or even if you can't lighten the clothes you're wearing without danger of frostbite, you can change the look of it to lighten it visually. And today's tip, this is the series, I'm sharing the first tip today. The easiest thing you can do is put away your winter patterns like Fair Isle, buffalo plaid, and anything with a snowflake or a reindeer on it. I mean, honestly, if you're anything like me, you cannot wait to put these patterns on after Thanksgiving. But if you're also like me, you don't want to wear those holiday vibes anymore. I get plenty of it during the season. In fact, I wear it so much that I've gotten more than my fair share. And continuing to wear it now is like begging Mother Nature to give us more winter. Of course, if you're still loving these patterns and you haven't had your fill, wear them as long as you like. This is for those of us who are just kind of done. So now that you know what to put aside for the year, what can you wear to lighten up while bundling up? Try wearing patterns that hint of spring, like stripes that remind you of a classic Breton tee. And it doesn't have to be a classic Breton tee, but it's a classic naval look that reminds us of sailing and all things beachy. You know it's spring when the boats start to come out. So obviously you've got your classic tee, you can layer it under a cardigan. You can even have a striped sweater Or you can mix it up and do something like this, where I've pulled out a striped skirt. And this is a very wintry outfit, perfect for cold days, but it just doesn't feel quite as wintry as some of the other things that I could be wearing on a day like that. Patterns like florals, polka dots, gingham, rainbow graphics, any graphic that doesn't include a cold weather icon can brighten your mood. And of course, you can always go with the classics like animal prints, color blocking, houndstooth, and other types of plaids like window pane. So let's take a look at a few of those. If you know me, you know I love leopard. And I have several leopard print sweaters. This one is a favorite. It's cashmere. It's very warm, but it doesn't scream winter the way a Fair Isle sweater would. This houndstooth sweater is a favorite of mine, also very warm, perfectly wintry without being it's a classic print, and so it doesn't necessarily have to be a winter print. I love this color block sweater. It's a seasonless print, still plenty warm. I'm getting all the coverage I need, but I'm stepping more towards spring and out of winter with the pattern that I'm wearing. And then here we are with the sweater I'm wearing today. This one's a favorite, and I mean, it's a diamond print pattern, but it's classic, it's seasonless, and it's very warm. It's very cold today. So this is one of my favorite winter sweaters, and I pulled it out to enjoy today. And it doesn't scream holidays. And let's not forget my absolute favorite pattern, solids. That's right. When you're minimal classic like I am, solids are your favorite pattern of all, and they are seasonally neutral. So it doesn't have to be all patterns all day, every day. Just grab a solid. Now let's be realistic. How many of you have floral, gingham, polka dot, rainbow, graphic sweaters that work for winter? Maybe not that many, but all is not lost. It's time to get a little creative and do my very favorite thing, which is bonus points if you know, shop your closet. This time we're going to pilfer from other seasons. Grab that button-up gingham blouse or any other of these non-wintry patterns that we've talked about from your spring or fall wardrobe and layer it under your very warm winter sweaters. So you'll get all the warmth you need, but pull in the patterns that make you feel a little less wintry than you did last month. So, if you're ready to mentally summon warmer weather, try taking your days from frightful to delightful by switching up the patterns in your closet. And I would love to know what some of your ideas are. If you have any other patterns that you would suggest or pull out of your own wardrobe to do this, how would you creatively shop your closet to stay warm but focus your mind on the warmer weather to come and brighten your days? I would love to talk about it in the comments. This is always my favorite part. And before we get to the comments, I'll tell you this. One of my New Year's resolutions is to make these style snacks snack length. instead of banquet length. I just get so excited. I have so much I want to share with you, but I'm really trying to keep them shorter. And I've said this so many times over the years. I just enjoy spending time with you. I enjoy sharing with you, and I always over prepare. I don't know. I always show up with too much. So um, I did it today. I'm very proud of myself. We'll see if I can keep going. Kathy says, I love the red houndstooth sweater. Thank you. It is one of my favorites. It really is. I have had that sweater for several years. I love wearing it in the fall and winter, and I love that it's um, seasonally neutral that way, that I can get so much wear out of it. Kathy gets the gold star. Shop your closet. I can finish your sentences. Kathy, I love it. I'm so glad you can finish my sentences. That means I am doing a good job of repeating myself. I'm glad, because that's what I'm here to share. Shop your closet first. Shop your closet first. You don't have to go out and buy all new clothes. Just because you've got the winter blahs with your wardrobe does not mean you have to go shopping. I promise you, that's there are other ways to do it, like what we're talking about. I guess that's what I should rename this series: How to beat the winter blahs with your wardrobe. That's catchier. We'll change it to that. Kathy says brighter plaid colors might help. Absolutely. There are so many other versions of plaid out there besides buffalo. That's just one of several. But buffalo plaid specifically feels very wintry, because you always have those big buffalo plaid check scarves. And I would say that in that specific tartan plaid that looks like Christmas wrapping. It's like all over everything. Scotty dogs and puffer vests alike. But there's so many other versions of plaid out there. Let's see, Michelle, Tara. I think there might be a little. I can't read your comment. I can't tell what it's supposed to say. Might have been a typo. Michelle says, winter is my second favorite season, so I actually love all the classic winter wear. I do have two beautiful orange coats, though, that brighten my days during this long season. That's fantastic. And, we all have our favorite seasons. I get so cold. I have Raynaud's and I freeze. Like right now, my fingers are half numb, and I don't know if you can hear the space heater going under my desk. I was just so cold I couldn't turn it off. That I struggle in the winter. I struggle more in the summer, but I struggle in the winter. So I'm ready for it, and I enjoy it, but still. But we all have our favorites. Mine is fall, because you get just kind of that perfect balance of the weather. Kathy says, I love a good banquet. I know, I do too, but it's, we all have only so much time in a day. And I know that I have favorite people that I love to watch on YouTube and things. And when I see one of their videos and it's super long, I'm like, I don't have time to watch that, even though I would love to. So anyway, I have a lot to say. Denise says floral midi dress with a denim jacket and ankle boots or white sneakers. Yeah, it depends on where you live. A lot of places that would be absolutely spring, 100% spring weather. If I wore that right now today, I would freeze to death. It's like, well, I haven't actually checked the weather or been outside yet, but it looks like it's in the 20s. It's cold outside. There's still, we had snow this weekend, and there's still snow on the ground, so it's not warm enough to melt it. But that's a fantastic transitional outfit once the weather really starts to warm up, but not quite. Maybe you've already arrived. I'm jealous. Jenna says, I pulled out my red short sleeves Talbot tee today and layered it under an abstract dotted pattern pullover. Love your suggestions for transitioning. Well, thank you, Janice. And that sounds like a great idea. Shirt sleeves. Short sleeves I struggle putting them underneath things because they can slide up. I like to hold my sleeves down, but that sounds like a great option. And short sleeve, yeah. Okay, thanks, Janice. So it really does depend on what the weather is like where you live. For a lot of us who got pummeled this weekend by the snow, it's cold. And we're not quite ready for everything like that. Denise says add a plain scarf if need be if it's cold. Yeah, or one of those other patterns. Like you still need your winter wardrobe. You still need to be warm. I'm a function first girl. I will not sacrifice warmth for fashion. I freeze. And so definitely wear what you need to be warm, but you can just make these small shifts. So yeah, wear the plain solid colored scarf, or if you can find one in another pattern, stay warm, but do things like that. Marion says, with Arctic cold again, wool and layers to keep warm. I pulled the heavy ones from getting rid of. Scarves add color. Yeah. It's all about layers, but it's all about the details. Cherry says makeup or nail tips. So is that a request? I just need a little more context. Denise says it's summer here in New Zealand at the moment. Well, that would explain it. Our opposite seasons, but I bet that is if that's what you're wearing today, I'm sure it's fabulous. I would love to see a picture of it. That sounds like a great picture, but I mean, a great outfit, but it's probably too warm for you to be wearing that, right? Denise says, our winters have been mild over the last few years. Even the ski season has changed. You're not alone. It was unbelievably warm here this fall and winter. Like my daffodils are up this much. My roses were budding. My peonies are up this much. It's not time. It's been very warm, and then it suddenly got very cold. So winter finally arrived. It's been weird, and this isn't the first year that I've experienced this. And when we've lived in other places, I've been experiencing this the last several years, that it stayed too warm for too long. It's a little unnerving. As much as I enjoy the warmth, it's not normal, and it makes me uncomfortable. It worries me. Michelle says, adding colorful earrings or necklace gives more color to late winter outfits too. Yes, and we'll be talking about accessories and things like that in the following weeks as we discuss other tips, but absolutely. Cherry says, ideas for transition for makeup, nail polish, color, etc. Okay, so those are things that I would cover in the Stunning Style Society. Those kind of in-depth things I've done as style steps previously. It's been a while, so maybe I need to do a new one. But if you don't know what the Stunning Style Society is, the doors open 4 times a year, and I create a seasonal classic wardrobe guide. Oh, I have the winter one on my desk right here. And I shop the internet, and I find 30 to 40 pieces that all go together. And I order them all. I try them on. I check them for color, quality, and fit. And then I choose just the right ones that will all go together and help you create a seasonal classic wardrobe. But they're based on classic items that you probably have in your closet, so you can shop your closet. That's right, first. And then if you need or want a few things to refresh your wardrobe or replace some favorite basics, then all the shopping links for the items I've chosen are in the shopping portal. And then in the Stunning Style Society, I do a weekly style step where I help the members curate their seasonal wardrobe, and helpful things like a makeup transitional makeup and nail polish things. So yeah, those are the kinds of things you get in the society. Right now the doors are closed. Well, and you also get things like my current calendars are upstairs in my closet because I use them. But this is the September one. I put the outfits on a calendar for you, so you don't have to choose your outfit each day. There's so much that you get with the society. But you can learn more and join the waiting list at stunningstyle.com/society. The doors will be opening next month, and those on the waiting list are always first to know, which is a really big deal because things will start to sell out quickly. The members get it first, and then we open the doors to the waiting list, and then we open the doors for everyone else. So you don't want to miss out. It's only open for a week, and once it's closed for the next season, until the next season. So someone else says, right about now, I start dressing for Valentine's Day, just leaving things a touch more cute classic to get me through the next month. I start that right around February 1st. We all have our own thing. Like, I will not start anything Christmas. This is my own personal, I have my own personal set of rules that only apply to me. I don't impose them on other people, but nothing Christmassy until the day after Thanksgiving. And then I pull all my Christmas stuff out and I am all in. And then my Christmas stuff comes down on December 26th. I'm done. I've decided that Christmas decor is a lot like company. You haven't seen them forever. You're so excited and it's so much fun. And by the time they leave or you put it away, you're ready. You're ready for them to go home. You're ready to put that stuff away. It was fun and you loved it, and now you're done. So that's how I feel about Christmas decor. The visual clutter I love it while it's up. And then as soon as it's down, I just breathe this huge sigh of relief of, oh my gosh, it's clear now. I love it. It's gone. But then I'll be thrilled to pull it back out again next year. And I'm that way about clothes too. Like my wintry holiday-y clothes, not until the day after Thanksgiving. And after New Year's Day, I'm done with it. And for me, Valentine's Day dressing, clothing, looks, ideas, I start that in February. That's a me thing though. I love that you have a whole month of it and make that fun for you. Does anybody else do that? Or me? I just make these things up. That's what I like for me. Linda says, how do you accommodate ladies with different shapes and styles? So it's specifically geared toward women who love classic style. And then there are options in the shopping portal for cute classic, edgy classic, sporty classic, soft classic. Those are not the only variations on classic style out there. They're just the only ones that I focus on because they're very common. So there are variations, and we talk about that in the society, how to bring your own twist to classic style. But I don't do other styles, and it's also a very specific color palette. So like a more winter color palette with these bold. This is the color palette from this winter. These very bold, pure hue colors. And then different shapes. We offer as much as we can find items for petite and plus, and sometimes tall. So we offer as many options as we can. The shopping portal will have anywhere from 400 to 500 items in it that you can choose from that we curate. And so we try to help as many as possible. That's a great question. Thanks for asking that, Linda. Kathy says, romantic and soft do seem to appear in February. Well, they do. It's the month of love, right? Nothing brings out our soft side like love. Julie says the Stunning Style Society is wonderful. The best ladies style tips, shopping links, and outfits of the day. Well, thank you, Julie. Julie has been a stunner for years, and we love having her there. She has her own take on classic style. They each do. It's not a group of clones. We all switch it up and mix it up to make it match our own styles. And make it work for us. So my version is different than the other women in there, and theirs is different from each other. It's just fun to see how many different ways classic style can show up. It's fun. We have a great time there. So when the doors open, I would love to see you in there and join us. And like I said, you can learn more at stunningstyle.com/society. The doors will open next month, and I can't believe that. I'm already planning and thinking about what I want the next guide to look like. And let's, fingers crossed, hope that the things I'm hoping for are going to be out in the stores. Michelle says, oh, she's responding to Marion. We got 40 centimeters on Monday. Temps going back into deep freeze at minus 28 Celsius for the next few days, after +4 today, just enough to turn all the melting snow to ice, and spring is still so far away for us. Ugh. Yeah. Canada is so beautiful. I would die if I had to live there in the winter. I couldn't. But in the summer, Canada, there's so many places I want to visit in Canada. It's so beautiful, but just everywhere you go, anywhere you live has its best seasons and its hard seasons. But yeah, I'm not envying you the cold weather today. Maddie says, we all learn to become our true selves. It's the best private group. Well, thank you, Maddie. I appreciate that. And Maddie's been a stunner for a long time too. And you know what we love about Maddie is, well, a lot of things, to be honest, but she has returned to her own favorite style that she loved before and has renewed her love for, and she's got that vintage retro vibe going and that version of classic style, and it's just so perfect for her. It's so perfect for her. She just nails it. And it's what it just is her, and it doesn't look at all out of place. Like if I wore it, you would be like, oh, is it Halloween? Well, that's fun. You know, it's January, right? But when she wears it, it's just like, that's her. It's just her. It looks part of her. It doesn't look like a costume. Michelle asks, if our subscription to the society is due to start again in spring, do we get a renewal notice or just sign up when the doors open like everyone else? Michelle, you'll get a renewal notice, so there won't be any lapse, and you'll get your spring guide first thing, just like you always do as a member. So we will be sending out renewal notices when it's time, if you're up for renewal in the spring. And that reminds me, that was doubly an excellent question, Michelle, because if you're already a member of the society, you do not need to join the waiting list. I get that question a lot, and I always forget to say that. You're automatically, well, I mean, if you're an annual member, you've already paid for it. You're already in. And if you're up for renewal, you'll get a renewal reminder in your email. Cherry says, glad you are healthy now. Hope working on the next guide prep goes better for you. Thank you. Can I just tell you, God is so good. I have been in bed for the better part of 3 months now with long COVID. I mean, it's been a hard, long 3 months. I showed up here when I could, and it took a toll. And on Monday, I just woke up feeling so much better. I have been up and out of bed. This is my 3rd day out of bed completely. I can't 100% dive back into everything full throttle. You know, I've been literally in bed for 3 months, but it's been wonderful. It has been wonderful to have my health back again, and I'm so very, very grateful. And the timing was even more wonderful because yesterday Mr. Stunning and one of my daughters woke up very sick, and the fact that I was able to be out of bed, take care of them, and you know, our family and all that, because Mr. Stunning has been doing everything for 3 months. He's been waiting on me hand and foot, cooking, driving kids around, getting the kids out the door to school, like running our business. He's been doing everything by himself. And I cannot imagine if I had still been in the state I was. Yesterday would have been really hard. Fortunately, both of them are feeling better today. They're not nearly as sick as they were. Fevers are gone and everything. They still need some rest and things, but I'm very, very grateful. Michelle says, does black clothing suit women with white hair with fine black hairs running through out like mine? I think it works for me, but not sure. It just depends on what your season is. And I know there are a lot of differing opinions out there about this. And we all do what makes us feel our best, right? But I haven't gone through it. Well, I have a ton of gray, silver hair, most of it. I just color mine still. So I haven't worn my hair silver, and it's hard to say. But I really just don't think your season changes just because your hair color does. This is not the only hair color I've ever had. I love to experiment with my hair, and hair color is one of the things I've experimented with a lot. So if it really depends on what your season is, but your hair sounds gorgeous. I never got the beautiful salt and pepper hair my mom had. I was waiting for that, and it didn't happen. I was excited about it. Mine has done what my dad's did, which was really great on a man. But it just like from here back, like from here forward, I'm basically 100% silver. And from here back, it's just kind of patchy. Like it's not, it looks weird. It's like I have this equator. So anyway. Jennifer asks, how much does it cost to get access to previous guides 2 in addition to this season being released in February? I love your clothes and want to find how to purchase them. Well, thank you, Jennifer. The seasonal membership is $249. No, the annual membership is $249, and that pays for the season you sign up for and the 3 following seasons. We also have a seasonal option. I honestly can't remember off the top of my head how much that one is. And then we also offer payment plans. You do not get access to previous seasons, but as a member, you have the option to purchase previous seasons, which currently is a members only perk. And yes, those were the questions you asked. So thanks for asking. If you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer them. Cherry says, praise God. Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. It's amazing. I'm so grateful. Jennifer says, do you provide swimsuit suggestions? No, I don't. In the Style Your Silhouette, I have 2 courses on body shape called Style Your Silhouette. It's a course 1 and course 2. We cover swimsuits in course 2 because swimsuits really have more to do with your body shape. And I don't provide links to swimsuits there. I don't provide links to clothes in there. But I show you what to look for. But I've never done anything with swimsuits in the society. I'd have to think about it. I really haven't had a lot of requests for it. Kathy says, so sorry you had to go through that and your family's still going through it. Kudos to Mr. Stunning. Well, thank you, Kathy. Honestly, we haven't had it as bad as a lot of people. Like, I was never hospitalized. It was never respiratory. even when I had symptoms, it was like a mild cold. It was the fatigue that was so horrible for me. So it honestly could have been so much worse. And I'm so grateful that it wasn't. And I feel so much for those who have experienced much worse situations. It's just, you never know how it's going to affect you, whether you're vaccinated or not. You know, it, you never know. That's the scary thing about it, right? But everyone's going through it. All of us are, unfortunately. So, but thank you. And kudos to Mr. Stunning. That is the truth. Someone else says, I have had long COVID for a year. I've gotten better little by little. You will too. I am so sorry to hear that. That is so hard. And I hope I mean, for me, it was a gradual improvement until Monday morning. And it was like, boom. I'm not fully 100%, but I can get up and do, I can get up and function now and work and help my family and participate in life again. So I hope you recover quickly. Kathy says, I have a dark back patchy equator trend in my hair also. When it looks so like elegant when it happens to men, my dad always looked so distinguished as his was going, but it just looks weird on me. So I've just continued to color my hair. I will until I don't. And I'm excited about the silver, but it's not time for me yet. Cherry said, our son had to have a double lung transplant and we anticipate kidney transplants from COVID. Cherry, that's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. I am so sorry. And I'm so grateful for the modern medicine that is able to provide those options. I'm a big believer in any natural way to heal our bodies. And there are a lot of natural things out there that can heal our bodies. And I'm also very grateful for modern medicine and take advantage of that when that's the appropriate route. It's saved my life. It's saved my children's lives. And I'm grateful that your son has that option. So he'll be in my prayers, Sherry. Kathy says your hair is beautiful. Well, thank you. I do love it dark. It's what I always wanted. My mom's hair got really dark like this. I always thought mine would too, and it never did. But it's what I've always wished for. So fortunately, it comes in a box. Wishes, dreams really do come true. All right. Ladies, it has been so much fun to spend time here with you. This part where we get to chat after is always my very favorite part. Linda says, I like Parisian style. Does your website cover that? So I'm not Parisian. Let's just say that. I'm not French. I also love French style. And French style is very minimal classic. If you look at it, they were a lot of neutrals with a splash of color, a lot of solids, one pattern, if that. They keep it simple and classic. And so the great thing about the guides is they are what you make it. So this is inspiration for you, and these outfits are inspiration for you, and then you can adapt it and adopt it in whatever way you want. And so you can shift and shuffle things around. And so I'm very minimal, and I tend not to wear the super colorful outfits, but there are other members who love the super more colorful outfits. And so well, if any stunners are watching, I'd love to get your take on this. But this is minimal. Like the whole guide is based on minimal classic style. So it is whatever you make it. So it can okay, here's an example of an outfit. This right here. Well, this one, the white So I'm trying to see my screen without getting in the way. The white button-up blouse, the black ankle pants, the red flats, the black tailored coat, the chic black bag that's very French, you know, the black sweater, the white pants, the minimal pattern shoe, the black layer, this oxblood bag. It's very minimal. That's very, very much part of the French aesthetic. Very simple, very minimal, very elegant. And so there's a combination of different types of outfits, but not all of them are like that. Some of them are more colorful, like this one. You know, you've got the bold pink with some red together. It just, or let's just look at the cover. Like, this is not French at all, but I like it. There are days I do like this. The cobalt sweater, the bold pink pants, the cobalt. I'm trying to see, but it's trying to see my face. The cobalt layer and the silver accessories. That's not French at all, but so there's a combination. There's something for everyone, and you can make it lean one way in several different directions. There are a lot of different ways you can wear a minimal style. I hope that isn't too confusing. Deborah says, I'd say the society is similar to French minimal, but with a kick. Thank you, Deborah. That's really helpful. So yeah, I mean, it can be super minimal. I'm minimal. I just am. Like today, I'm wearing this navy and black sweater, some dark wash jeans, some black boots, and a black bag. But in that picture example I gave you, I punched, and so this is more minimal. But in that picture I shared of when I wore this another time, I added the bold pink bag and flats. That's a little punchier, or that's a little kickier, as you know, Deborah said. So you can just take it in different directions. Linda says, okay, thanks for your input. Well, you're welcome. And Kathy says, other people's shares in the Facebook group often lead you also. Yes, and the members are always sharing their own outfits of the day, and you get so much inspiration from them. It's one I get inspired by them. It's a wonderful group of wonderful women, like Julie said, and it's very kind and welcoming, and we just love to share in there. The women in there are very generous. So if you'd love to know more about the society and join the waitlist, you can go to stunningstyle.com/society. And like I said, the doors open next month, and I would love to see all of you there. So have a wonderful rest of your week. I really enjoyed today. I'll be back next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time to share my next tip. I don't remember what I decided the new title was, but I'll go back and rewatch something about the winter blues or something like that. Michelle says, on days I don't know what to wear, I use your style guide and get lots of compliments. Guess I need to use it more often. Well, thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that, and I'm thrilled that using it makes you look and feel your best. That's awesome. Okay, ladies, I'll see you in a week. Have a wonderful day.